Only player that I could see that's truly got a special whistle is A'ja Wilson. 13 foul shots. She had 13 foul attempts. Look at the rest of the team. I mean, that is...
A.A. Wilson's shady attack on Lexie Hull just resulted in her suspension. And believe me, the fans are enjoying every moment of it.
Sophie Lexie stepped in and sort of killed it.
She eventually faced the reality after years of sheltering behind manipulated officiating and many free throws. The league was forced to impose the ban.
So the Indiana Fever, the referees are looking in the opposite direction. Nobody had more than 4 foul attempts. A'ja Wilson, 11 of 13.
You're not prepared for what just transpired in the WNBA, so I need everyone to sit down for this. Finally, the unthinkable occurred. The Fever in Indiana. Yes, it was finally done by the Indiana Fever, who had been crushed by the Las Vegas Aces for what seems like forever. The curse was broken by them.
Fever got another big win. They defeated the Las Vegas Aces for the first time since 2019.
16 loses in a row to Vegas. Disappeared without warning. And you know what? They did it in the most humiliating manner Vegas could muster. 81-54 was the final score. Yes, you did hear me. The formidable Las Vegas Aces, the league's so-called queens, were thrashed by over 30 points.
It's bad. It's real bad.
The exciting part comes next. Caitlin Clark did not participate in the game. Give it a moment to settle in. No issue, Clark. But believe me, the tale doesn't get any wilder than that. The true storyline here is that A.A. Wilson, the queen of dirty moves and free throw farming, at last came out as herself. Indeed, the league had no other option. She was suspended.
Whistle on A'ja, get to the line.
Allow me to explain how A.A. Wilson was able to bring her crew down with her and embarrass herself on her own. Wilson concluded she wasn't receiving enough care when this magnificent fever was raging. Do you know how certain players demonstrate their talent and dominance? No, not A.A. She targeted Lexie Hull with the traditional over-the-back foul.
Trying to get her balance to get back in bounds, and as she's like on one leg, a little bit off balance, trying to get her balance, A'ja Wilson just comes in and knocks her over.
Allow me to explain how A.A. Wilson was able to bring her crew down with her and embarrass herself on her own. Wilson concluded she wasn't receiving enough care when this magnificent fever was raging. Do you know how certain players demonstrate their talent and dominance? No, not A.A. She targeted Lexie Hull with the traditional over-the-back foul.
Referees are so terrible. It is so embarrassing for the league. Adam Silver needs to get involved since Kathy Engelbert won't straighten out this circus.
There, Hull is doing everything correctly. The textbook box is out. Flawless foundations. The sort of person your high school coach wishes he had. Wilson then suddenly appears from behind, like she's in the WWE. Catches Lexie Hull over her head. It was totally needless and careless. The referees, on the other hand, ignore it. They reduced it to a jump ball rather than calling the clear foul that was visible to everyone with working eyes. I mean it. The referees may as well don A'ja Wilson jersey.
A'ja Wilson's the most overrated player I've ever seen. If it wasn't for her special whistle, she gets nothing. Legit feels like A'ja Wilson gets every single whistle. She did.
However, I adore how the supporters refused to accept it. Like Christmas, the internet was ablaze. People referred to her play as unsportsmanlike, pitiful, and filthy. To be quite honest, I couldn't agree more. And the league genuinely woke up this time. After watching the video and failing to justify her actions, A'ja Wilson was suspended. And lastly, some responsibility. It turns out that grabbing players by the behind and hiding behind your phony MVP designation for all time is not an option. This time, she was not saved by the buzz.
Not even think they were going to do this. They basically beat them by 30.
However, we must not overlook how pitiful that game was for the Aces. I mean, it doesn't do it credit to call it a loss. This work was a total demolition. 81-54. It's nearly necessary to feel sorry for them. Nearly. Indiana's first victory against Vegas since 2019.
So A'ja Wilson whistle is wild. She got away with hacking Aaliyah, then back-to-back soft fouls for 4 points. She just steadily racking the points up.
The Fever just exacted revenge in a single night after 5 years of torment. They accomplished this without the help of their biggest celebrity, Wilson, in the meanwhile. Although the box score indicates 29 points, allow me to explain. I have never seen 29 points so vacuous.
In my opinion, the A'ja Wilson whistle is disrespectful to the game. It cremates the validity.
Not at all. Aces had a 26% field goal percentage. Basketball isn't that. Public humiliation is what that is. The so-called season leader, Chelsea Gray, received 2 points. Yes, that isn't a typo. 2 little depressing points. And let's not even talk about the agony. Indiana forced 17 turnovers as if they were playing defense for enjoyment, and they outscored them 38-20 in points in the paint. Vegas appeared totally confused in the second quarter as Indiana essentially transformed into the Space Jam Monstars, shooting almost 82% from the field.
It is bad. It's real bad. And WNBA refs should wear clown outfits. Nothing will be done per usual. The refs, dirty players, the rest of them.
Let's now discuss the nefarious play that went viral. Boxing out like a pro is what Lexie Hull is meant to do. AA rushes in and puts her arm around Hull's head as if they were practicing for a wrestling match, and yet that's a jump ball. It was pitiful in addition to being harsh. Wilson continues to reveal herself there. To remain relevant, she depends on referee protection and favoritism rather than on talent to dominate, as true greats do. And it was wonderfully captured at that moment. Basketball wasn't even the main topic anymore. It concerned AA's willingness to go to great lengths when her squad begins to fail.
It's kind of funny. I seem to remember some players talking about a special whistle last year? Question mark?
Welcome to the circus. In relation to referee protection, the unique whistle is that the WNBA should at least attempt to conceal the bias at this time, but they don't. They increase the volume. That night, Wilson attempted 13 free throws. 13. How many free throws did the rest of her squad manage, do you know? Nobody was able to crack 4. Not one. However, things improve.
A'ja Wilson's whistle is exactly why the officiating in the league is a joke. Aaliyah Boston gets nothing. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Aaliyah Boston is... No, not terrible, corrupt. You know what? That's a great thing to have brought up. I'm so glad this guy said corrupt.
And people are starting to realize it. Fans, commentators, and broadcasters are all posing the same query. Given that the officials essentially gift wrap half of the points, how does AA accumulate them? I'm not saying she lacks skill, but you're not really demonstrating your superiority when your entire strategy is around free throws and referee favoritism. Even if it means making the games into a farce, you're demonstrating how much the league depends on you to be relevant. In actuality, AA Wilson's alleged domination is just as exaggerated as her free throw totals. The flaws appear when she is faced with a genuine challenge without the referees holding her hand. Her group disintegrates. She goes into a panic. She turns to shady, desperate tactics like the over-the-back attack on Lexie Hull. The saddest part is that she still thinks she will get away with it as if nothing had occurred. Guess what, though? She didn't. It was well past time for the suspension. Additionally, perhaps the league will now begin to see through the special whistle fraud charade.
I mean, the league is literally helping you to win MVPs. And look, all superstars get some whistles. I get that. But holy jeez. Seriously, 81-54 last night. Let's just scroll down and see what I'm talking about.
Let's be honest. AA Wilson's reputation was based on referee protection as much as points. And she is fully exposed the instant that safety net is removed. It was demonstrated in Indiana. It was demonstrated by the supporters. Her suspension now serves as further evidence. Let's discuss how Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White completely lost it. Then really, who is to blame? As she sat there, she watched A.A. Wilson grab Lexie Hull from behind like they were in a wrestling match. The referees simply stood there and blew their tiny Wilson theme tune.
It is wild. Right here, I mean, people are making logos. A'ja Wilson's logo, but made with whistles.
Eventually, enough is enough. Stephanie White was unable to contain herself. She let the referees have it after snapping on the sidelines, and now she's the villain. Yes, exactly. What happens to the lady who defends her players after a flagrant offense is disregarded? A technical infraction. Yes, exactly. Despite entirely missing the attack on hold, the referees managed to tee up White quickly with their whistle. It seems reasonable, doesn't it? If your name is A'ja Wilson, you may practically grab players by the head while they are on the court. However, defend your team from the sidelines, and then everything will be all right.
And by bonus, she was meaning the Commissioner's Cup bonus, which was $49 or $43,000 per player, because the prize pool was $500,000. And apparently, Steph White just was pissed about the officiating. I don't know if it was A'ja Wilson's whistle or what.
That's the WNBA's reasoning. Those who point out the issue should be punished. Give the favorites free rein to do as they choose. The league is criticized by analysts for this. They are expressing what we have all been considering. It is absurd for coaches to get fines for revealing obvious referee mishaps. If anything, White ought to have received extra credit for being among the few individuals with the guts to expose this clown act for what it is.
The WNBA can't allow A'ja Wilson to keep getting this whistle, man. This shit is out of hand.
Supporters went farther. They began asking for the reduction of sanctions, particularly those based on what are referred to be compounded poor officiating. Imagine penalizing individuals for their reactions after piling up terrible calls one on top of the other. That is the current system. Protect the golden kid, keep everyone quiet, and hope that the supporters will just accept it. Unfortunately, nobody is still buying it.
Look, this league has got so many problems.
Considering that nobody is believing the hype, let's examine A'ja Wilson's purported performance. You would believe she led her team to victory based on the way her fan club discusses her 29-point performance. But for a moment, let's be honest. 11 of the 29 points were via free throws. The line is 11 out of 13. When the referees gift wrap half of your points, are you truly dominating or are you just receiving favors? The answer is known to all of us.